Okay, so a quick update from the RIPE NCC for those of you who don't know who we are yet. You might be surprised or not to learn that we act as the secretariat for the RIPE community in all of our service region. We do allocate and assign internet number resources. That probably is not really new. We maintain the RIPE database and do other services as well, like measurements and country reports, as you've just seen. The amazing thing is that the RIPE NCC in itself is fully autonomous. We do what our members want us to do because it's our members who give us money for our salaries and all of our services. So funded by members, and that's who we follow. Open, transparent, neutral, impartial is a bit of our mantra. What we do needs to be neutral. It needs to be impartial, especially giving out the internet numbers. On the other hand, doing things like measurements is also something that we need some trust for the assembling and for the reporting, so that goes into here as well. Looking at the activities over this year so far in the ENOG region, we've done 16 training courses too, more than 400 by the end of this week, I guess. We have done a couple of train-the-trainer courses, roadshows. A relatively recent thing is that we do member lunches where we have some activity in the region, in the city. We talk to our members, hey, do you want to come for a lunch and talk to the RIPE NCC guys in the city already? So we've done Tashkent, Kazan, Lviv, Vladivostok, Minsk and Krasnodar so far. Also, I do remember sitting in here with very different people in April. They all had suits and ties, all of them looked very, very serious guys. At a roundtable meeting. Also, a couple of weeks ago, 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago, we were in Tbilisi at the Georgian IGF and also at the APTLD in Tbilisi there, where we sort of gave presentations as usual, also signed a couple of MOUs. We have seen growth in the membership in this region of 311. Growth is very strong throughout our service region. We've seen 22 mergers. We've done 300 assisted registry checks. I'll talk about this in a little while later. We have delivered 900 probes into the region. No, there are 900 probes in the region. We've delivered them 44 during the year. We have 11 RIPE Atlas anchors here. And RIPE Stat is one of the services you heard about. We've seen 30,000 visitors from this region as well. Like I said, membership growth is fairly crazy. I nearly expected to say 17,000, but not quite 17,000 members right now. And that certainly has something to do with the scarcity of IPv4 and the last blocks that we are seeing. More and more people are coming to the RIPE NCC directly to ask for their couple of addresses. Again, over the last 12 months, more than or nearly 2,500 new members there. Focus for this year and for next year. The main thing that we're looking at is the registry needs to be secure, needs to be accurate, and needs to be strongly supported by the back systems and processes and procedures. Area stability for the RIPE NCC, but also for all of the other areas where we work together. Good governance and accountability is sort of the current talk, and we see good activities there. Pursuing efficiency, streamlined internal process and automation, I think that goes without saying much for an organization like ours. And engaging with members, engaging with the community, talking to all of you, also to governments, also to regulators, and who else is there who has an interest in what we are doing. Active outreach there. External engagement, again, government engagements in all parts of our service region, also member, smaller events that we go to. We have lots of good relationships. Some of them are becoming a little bit more formal, more documented as well. We look at more country and smaller sort of sub-region events as well, building or helping to build the local communities. In the end, it's local communities who come together themselves, but where we can help, we are happy to help. More member lunches planned, budget more allocated to the local engagement, like I said, to meet you in smaller environments as well. And also, you see lots of local IGFs popping up as well, and that's something that we do support either by going there or just in general support. Third parties agreement, I mentioned MOUs. We have relationships with lots of people, lots of organizations through our service region, and we want to make that a little bit more clear in sort of documenting precisely what we are doing there with MOUs. We have, like I said, lots of people also in this part of our service region that we are talking to. Online we have a webpage that we are updating as those things develop, if you want to have a look at what precisely that is. Of course, we have also staff within our region. You know, Max, Alex, and Vahan is relatively new in the team as well. Again, they are all talking to the locals. That's the idea there, and feeding back what you're saying, the good and the bad and the ugly, to the RIPE NCC, that we can help, that we can improve our services. NOGs, again, is something that we are very supportive of. In the end, so we came out of sort of the RIPE region was sort of a NOG in the beginning. So we sponsor local NOG events. Again, communities coming together. We help, we attend, we speak, we encourage people to come together. We have a NOG section on RIPE Labs, if you want to see the articles there. Again, if you have any ideas of things that we could do in this field that we're not doing already, toss your ideas at us, please. Over the last years, we have talked quite a bit about the good of the internet, and many things. I think all of things that we are doing are good for the internet, but some are sort of contribution towards specific projects, and we have made that very clear by now what sort of sections fall under that. We have the Rob Loxall Foundation named after the founding chairman of RIPE. Again, that's something that is looking at supporting individuals, recognizing individuals' contributions to the community. We have always somehow contributed to the IETF through ISOC, and now we have an agreement with ISOC to help with the long-term sustainability of the IETF. So we have committed 10 donations or contributions of 100K each. So the first one has been made. Also, that's new news. The RIPE NCC Community Projects Fund is about to be launched, accepting applications from the 22nd of October. Those go to projects that are vetted and recognized as support-worthy from our funds. There's a RIPE NCC independent body, the awarding committee, that will decide on those things. Registration customer services. The first subsequent IPv6 allocation has been issued. That is a new thing. We do lots of assisted registry checks. Like I said, we are targeting those members that are less active, that we haven't heard of in a while, to make sure that all the data that we have on them is still up to date. Those things are very helpful, are very popular even with the membership, in that it helps them to keep their information up to date, and lots of updated information results from that. Lots of resource transfers obviously are happening, and we have also our people outside from registration services who are eager to help you, also speaking Russian if you want that. Again, things that are coming up are also the uglier ones, hijacks and sort of fraud attempts. We have to investigate them as we can, but that stuff is fairly labor intensive also, of course, so requires a bit of bolstering there in staffing. Efficiency by improving the self-service processes. Again, we think it's extremely important that we have personal, face-to-face or person-to-person interaction with our members, but also self-service can help in making things efficient. And again, accuracy of the registry, like I said, is one of our core focal points there. I don't go into too much statistics here. We've heard some of that, and of course the presentation will be online. One thing that is close to my heart, of course, the RIPE community runs this policy development process. It is important that people take part in that. and you see in the middle of the picture there is no participation this year in those discussions from Belarus, so it would be good if you have any interest that you have a look at what's going on and maybe participate as well. It's good to see lively participation also in accountability circles, so that we can show that actually this is happening. It's not the RIPE NCC making the rules themselves. Help us with that. Help us helping you. Right. RIPE Atlas, we heard about that. 10,000 probes was, thank you. 10,000 probes was one of the goals. We have hit that now. The next goal then is to have probes in 10% of the world's ASs, and you've seen so Central Africa, Central Australia is very, very sparsely populated, but yeah, other continents as well. So we are looking at getting the Atlas network to grow in those parts as well. Western Europe is pretty full already. So yeah, we want to increase the quality and the coverage there. Atlas anchors are the slightly beefier machines. We have 288 of them globally, 11 in the ENOG region, none here yet. If there are people interested to host those things, that would be very interesting to us as well. Won't mention them, Christian has done a great job there. Generally, we get quite some feedback from you, which is good, that's what we want. We do membership service for that. We do trainings, again, face-to-face interaction. So what we have taken from that, the action items that we do take from the survey are online. You can look at them, you can see progress there. That's transparency. We want to show you what we are doing, that we have heard what you have said, and that we are acting on it. Training, more webinars than we've done before, generally making processes easier. Also, we have Tal here from the RIPE NCC helping us to make those processes easier, to get new members on board in an easier way. So we are trying that as well. RIPE Stat improvements we've done the country profiles, that's something that you indicated interest in, and the My Resources section in the RIPE database bits of our website have been done as well, based on feedback from you. IPv6, we try our best. We go out. IPv6 use in Belarus is quite low. If you think we can help you, talk to us. We are happy to do that and contribute there where we can. Roadshows are planned, stuff like that. RIPE NCC academic courses are available online. Of course, you can go through those in your own time, get a certificate. We are working with universities, developing our online modules. Lots of information on internet ecosystems, how the internet works, and those more basic things that you probably know, but other people don't. A new thing that we just started, it's Monday today, last week, is RIPE NCC Educa, full day online learning experience. We had a couple of people in the office streaming the event, and we had all the time between 60 and 90 people online, so that was quite nice for a new thing like that. Again, Atlas is one of the things that is relatively, can I still say new service? But it's coming into its prime, it's being used. We see all those great reports that are being derived from the data there, so that's good stuff as well. Fellowships funding, we have the Academic Cooperation Initiative, getting students in, helping them getting their projects seen, and contributing a little bit there to the expenses as well. The RIPE Fellowship is something new to get people into the RIPE meetings that might otherwise not be able to attend travel-wise, and the same for ENOG there as well. Accountability, I mentioned that before. We've seen the whole ICANN processes, and accountability was a big word there, and it has reached the RIPE community, of course, as well. We have the RIPE Accountability Task Force, which was established in October last year to examine community structures and the documentation and processes, and see whether everything is documented properly or whether there are holes, and then how that could be improved. There was a workshop in September, and more details are online, and we'll see a report, of course, from the task force also at the coming RIPE meeting. Then there's IoT. It's interesting, we don't quite understand what the RIPE NCC role is in this, so it's great to see that we have a lively IoT interest community. We had a couple of BOFs there at the RIPE meeting. We'll have one a little bit later here to help guide us what the RIPE NCC's role in this might be and how we could help you in that. Activity plan and budget next year is coming up. We have it published now, our plans, our draft activity plan and budget for next year that will be discussed in the general meeting in October in Dubai. We have 4 strategic focus points that our board helped us also formulate to improve service delivery and ensure accuracy of the database, the registry, effective outreach to stakeholders in our service region, strengthening, like I said earlier, the global RAR system, and to also better understand our changing member base in order to understand what our members need from us. In the general meeting, members will vote, also members who are not in Dubai but participate online. Voting will be on the redistribution of the excess contribution, our surplus basically, for this year. Some changes to the conflict arbitration procedure, and again some changes to the articles of association, some lightweight changes there. Members will, of course, have the opportunity to discuss the activity plan and the budget, and throw tomatoes at me or not. I can implore you all to register and to vote either in person or, like I said, remotely. There was one registration from here in May. Thank you, but we have more members here. More would be better. Always is. And stop.
Thank you.
If you have any questions, we are here, of course.
Axel, you did perfect on time, so I'm very happy. Да, и простите, я переведу сразу.
The next meeting, the general meeting will take place in Dubai quite soon, but I'm not sure that some of you will refuse to go there if you have time, if you have money, but you can participate in that in a remote mode. It can be done. It will be a 5-day event, 4.5 days, because the 5th one is the short one. If you have any questions, we have only time for one question. Axel, take off your headphones because he will speak English.
Translate.
Yeah. Okay.
My name is Ilya, the official broker of IPP addresses. You talked a lot and detailed in your presentation the RIPE Atlas. I would like to note only a few aspects. Firstly, in order to start to use it, you need, without the probe, to get credits and then use it. In IPI, in interface, there is no function of getting or receipt of the credits. It is not available in IPI. I would like just to note your attention to this, asking the technical specialist to add this function. The second observation, if in RIPE ID several lirs are registered, meaning that the credits could be only obtained by the first one. There is no drop-down menu for everyone to get these credits.
To be notes and pointers.
I'm not prohibiting
things
it.
We have to fix, right? I wouldn't fix it myself. No.
But you want to say something? Okay, good.
Bahrom Nasarjanov, TT Mobile Company. I participate in this event following ENOG fellowship program, and I have a question about the development of IPv6. There is a trend of development trend, RIPE and other regional registrars are interested in the development of this protocol but I would like to share our example. TT Mobile company registered quite recently IPv6, obtained this and started to apply it, and we were pushed by the desire to start the mobile app, and in order to put it in web store, they have a mandatory requirement for the availability of IPv6 address availability. The question is, why do regional registrars, including RIPE, cannot support or contribute or do something to make sure that all these sites, websites, will have this mandatory requirement of IPv6 address available?
All these crosstalks.
Я думаю, это посольство.
I believe it will help further development of IPv6 even further. Thank you for your answer.
Thank you very much for that. I'm aware of that requirement for the various app stores. We cannot force people. We are, as we tend to say, we're not the internet police, but we are trying very hard for, I don't know, 25 years nearly to gently push into the IPv6 direction. I think the push has strengthened over the last couple of years quite significantly. We do see improvements also, but in the end we have a limited role in the operators world. We can talk about it, but it's your company's or his company's business decision to roll out IPv6 or not. And of course we say, yes, that's what you will have to do in the end. Better do it now because it's cheaper now than in 5 years' time. But we have a limited role there. But I hear you.
Thank you, Axel. Извините, мы почти в конце.
We are very pressed for time. Can you please share what you wanted to say? I would like to say hello, Sergei Serdechny, Gurt & Company. We are constantly facing the talks about the Internet of Things and so on and so forth. And RIPE NCC, as the regulator, does it pursue the policy of communication with the Chinese government to make sure that the devices that they manufacture are already manufactured with IPv6? If you can push it somehow through the Chinese government, through these smart devices, they will initially include this IPv6, it would be much better. It would be a great push forward. Do you plan such work? Do you have such plans ahead? I believe that the Russian presentation office shall do it the first.
The Chinese government will be easy, we'll do that. It's not our role. We are not the regulator. We might be a bit of an authority. And yes, we are talking to a lot of governments. Some have heard the IPv6 story. With regard to IoT, yes, that is an issue. I'm afraid we have about that much influence over the Chinese and other countries' manufacturers.
You underestimate your powers.
Maybe that too, thank you. But also I might join forces with APNIC from that region to talk about, but basically the idea right now is, what is this IoT thing? What are the problems? I think that safety, security is the main issue there. What is our role as the RIPE NCC, speaking for our members and trying to make our members' life easy? And my take on that for now is, yes, this is an issue. This is going to hit the operators, the manufacturers quite hard. From the regulatory side, if we can talk about this before it really hits them, it would be helpful.
Thanks a lot. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thanks,
Thank you
Axel.
for the question.
Okay, I'm glad that we all had the talk to Axel. Thank you. Thank you again.